In the quaint town of Windbrook, nestled between rolling hills and the towering presence of the enigmatic enchanted forest, the air was thick with unease. The cobblestone streets, usually bustling with lively chatter and friendly exchanges, now carried whispers of fear among the villagers. Shadows from the forest stretched towards the town, as if reaching out to pull more victims into its dark embrace. Elara leaned against the waterfront railing of the lake that mirrored the towering trees with distorted reflections. Her heart, a storm beneath her steady exterior, churned with fear and desperation. Her eyes, usually bright with curiosity and spirited determination, were now clouded with worry. She had heard too many stories of villagers disappearing without a trace, only to be whispered among the leaves as some ashen legend. The wind carried the forest's musky scent, a reminder of its ominous presence. Elara brushed a rebellious strand of dark hair from her face as the setting sun painted the sky with hues of red and gold, a chillingly beautiful contrast to her turbulent thoughts. Her closest friends, including brave Aidan and witty Celine, had joined the forest's tally of lost souls over the past month. No more, she whispered to herself, her voice at war with the doubt gnawing at her resolve. I won't let their stories end here. As if echoing her thoughts, the water rippled with a soft breeze. Her resolve solidified as memorized, tales of the shadow beast flitted through her mind, a creature born of nightmares that haunted the edge of reality itself. She couldn't let the fear that paralyzed the village claim her too. Her mother's voice, pleading and filled with fear, broke her reverie. Elara, please, it's too dangerous. Elara turned to find her mother's worried eyes fixed on her, her father close behind with the same troubled furrow in his brow. I know it's dangerous, she replied softly, pushing down the tremor of trepidation in her voice. But we can't live in fear forever. Someone has to try and stop this. Someone has to bring them back. Her father placed a hand on her shoulder, his grip firm yet filled with a love that silently pleaded for her safety. You're the bravest of us all, but bravery should not be the end of you. Trust me, Elara insisted, her voice unwavering despite her pounding heart. I'll come back. I'll bring them back. With one last lingering look at the lakeside, where shadows began to melt into the growing darkness, Elara felt a newfound resolve course through her veins. The town's stories, the whispers of a dark, haunted presence in the forest, had now become her motivation. As she walked away from the water, leaving behind the world she knew so well, she thought of her friends. She thought of Aidan's laughter and Celine's mischievous grin. Each memory was a step carrying her closer to the unknown, past the comforting lights of Windbrook, and into the yawning depths of the enchanted forest, where an uneasy alliance with her own fear would begin. Elara's journey, driven by the urgency to uncover the truth and fueled by the fear that clung stubbornly to her heart, was about to commence. Her resolve echoed in every step, a silent promise that she would face whatever mysteries lurked ahead to save her friends. And with the last light of day extinguishing behind the silhouetted trees, Elara disappeared into the night that called her forward. The morning dew clung to the grass, twinkling like fleeting stars under the first light of dawn as Elara stepped out from the safety of her home. Her heart, a relentless drum, kept time with her cautious yet determined steps. The enchanted forest loomed ahead, a vast sea of shadows and secrets murmuring just beyond the edge of town. As she neared the forest's edge, where the air grew thick with an eerie silence, the boundary between the world she knew and the one shrouded in myth became tangible. The townspeople's warnings echoed in her mind, yet she pressed on, each step a parting from the safe embrace of normalcy. Her breath hitched as an unexpected figure emerged from the trees like a wraith from the gloom, the old hermit. His garments, woven from rough hemp, blended with the forest like bark on ancient trees. His eyes, sharp and intent, watched her with the wisdom of someone who had communed with the shadows. Child, You venture where even the moon fears to tread, the hermit spoke, his voice a gravelly whisper carried by the breeze. Elara swallowed hard, summoning the courage to meet his gaze. I must find my friends. I need to face whatever is turning this place into a nightmare. The hermit regarded her with a mixture of amusement and admiration before nodding slowly. There's truth in your heart's fire, and it might just see you through what lies ahead. From the folds of his cloak, he drew a small amulet, its surface shimmering with a faint, ethereal glow in the dawnlight. He placed it in her palm, his hands weathered like tree roots, strong and ancient. This amulet will shield you from the shadows that seek to twist your mind. It cannot defeat the darkness for you, but it will help you see the forest for more than what it has become. The amulet felt warm in her hand, its presence a comfort despite the daunting journey that lay ahead. She slipped the thread over her neck, feeling the weight of her newfound responsibility. Thank you, she said, her voice firm with resolve. Beware the illusions the shadow beast weaves, the hermit warned, as his gaze drifted to the trees, lost in memory. They are born from fear and forge chains from your past. Confront them with the courage of your intent. Nodding, Elara glanced towards the forest. The trees swayed, whispering secrets only the wind understood, and shadows danced in anticipation of her approach. Remember, the hermit added as she turned to continue her journey, it is the heart that holds true power, let yours guide you. As Elara stepped forward, leaving the comfort of the town behind, she held onto the hermit's words and the sense of purpose that had carried her this far. Her steps were brisk now, driven by the urgency of her mission. The forest embraced her with its cool, damp breath as she crossed its threshold. Her world faded into a tapestry of muted greens and deep, whispering greys. Yet within her, a bright flame flickered, undeterred by shadow's taunts. With a final glance back at the vague horizon where Windbrook lay cocooned in safety, Elara took a deep breath and stepped fully into the enchanted forest, the hermit's gift light against her chest, a beacon amidst shadows yet to be faced. As Elara traversed the forest's dense undergrowth, the world she stepped into seemed alive with strange magic. Leaves whispered secrets above her, brushing against each other with a sound akin to hushed warnings, and the ground, soft beneath her boots, seemed to breathe and pulse with an ancient rhythm. The deeper she ventured, the more the forest unraveled the threads of reality. Her surroundings twisted into illusionary forms, at times, she swore she heard the echoes of her friends' laughter carried by the wind, only for it to dissolve into mocking rustles and shifting shadows. Her fingers brushed against the cool surface of the amulet hanging around her neck, sending a warmth spiraling through her, a reminder of the protection it offered. With its guidance, she resisted the temptations to veer off the path. Trust what you feel, not what your eyes see, she repeated softly to herself, centering her thoughts amidst the storm of phantasms. Suddenly, the forest shifted around her, casting long shadows that stretched and twisted in grotesque forms. Her own shadow writhed against the ground, whispering with an articulate menace that sent chills down her spine. Why do you persist? It hissed, its voice layered with every fear and doubt she held. Turn back before it's too late. Your friends are gone, and soon, so shall you be. Her heart tightened, the doubt flickering like a weak flame against a gust of truth. But she clutched the amulet closer, each heartbeat echoing her resolve. No, Elara whispered fiercely, advancing with determined steps. I am here to save them. To save us all. I will not turn back. The shadow recoiled, its taunts dissipating like smoke, leaving her path clear once more. Elara pressed on, each step fortifying the courage anchored by her love for her friends and the responsibility she had embraced. As the light filtered down through the canopy, dappling the forest floor with patches of warmth, she marveled at the ethereal beauty hidden beneath the menace. This place, with its mystery and magic, was more than its darkness. Time slipped by, measured only by the insistent pounding of her heart and the static hum of insects. Suddenly, the sensation of being watched prickled her skin anew. The forest hushed as a rustling crescendoed, giving birth to the beastly silhouette that stood on the path ahead. The Shadow Beast. Its form, draped in deeper black than the shadows around it, seemed to absorb all light. Yet, beneath the menacing exterior, Elara caught a glimpse of trapped light, a wellspring of something ancient and forgotten. Her breath caught, knowing her journey had truly begun. She faced it with a resolve that burned through her fear. The beast's presence loomed, a challenge she had expected but now knew she must meet not with might, but with the understanding and empathy that whispered through the amulet's glow. Elara squared her shoulders, eyes locking with the coiled shadows of the beast, aware at this moment that the battle unfolding was not just against the creature, but against the specters of fear within herself. Pressing deeper into the heart of the enchanted forest, Elara traversed terrain that seemed to shift with each step, not merely physical, but woven with the intangible threads of forgotten time. The whispers of the trees grew softer, more reverent, as though she was approaching a place of sacredness not touched by the beast's shadow. Until she emerged into a hidden glade, a village veiled in mist and memories, where the very air sparkled with ethereal light. Creatures, both strange and wondrous, moved gracefully among the luminescent flora, eyes shedding the weight of the shadows that had once clung to them. Elara froze, breath caught in her throat, as hauntingly beautiful eyes met hers, not human, but full of understanding and ancient sorrow. "Welcome, seeker of balance," spoke the elder among these spirits, stepping forward. His form shimmered, a shifting light that embraced the spectrum of colors unseen by mortal eyes. "I didn't know this place existed," Elara managed, her words caught between awe and the lingering urgency of her quest. The elder nodded, expressions rippling with the stories of ages. "Few do. We are the remnants of what once was, a village of guardians lost to the beast's sway." Others gathered around, their whispers like songs half remembered, weaving a tapestry of understanding around her. The truth unfolded in their shared memories, each tale a thread connecting to the heart of the Shadow Beast. They told of a time when the beast, as a guardian, maintained harmony within the forest, a bridge between realms. But darkness, born of betrayal and unnatural desires for dominion, corrupted its essence, turning its protective instincts into a prison. Elara listened, feeling a resonance with her own heart's hope. This task was more than a battle, it was a journey to realign what had become twisted. "I must help it remember," she said, understanding dawning like a forgotten truth awakening. "Yes," the elder agreed, the spirits nodding in unity. "Confrontation will not wake the beast. Only restoration of its true nature through acceptance and clarity can do that." For the first time, Elara saw not a foe, but a being trapped in its own nightmare, a being she now felt an affinity for. The realization settled into her bones like a gentle rain cleansing away doubt. "Take this," the elder said, handing her a delicate, translucent flower glowing with its own light. "When the time comes, let its light guide your intent." Elara accepted the flower, its glow harmonizing with the warm energy of the amulet against her heart. Her task was clearer now, to give the beast back to itself, to release the light hidden within its darkness. Assured by the understanding shared with her by these forgotten guardians, Elara set off once more, her spirit buoyed by newfound clarity. The forest, no longer perceived solely as a haunted maze, felt alive with purpose and connection. Each step took her closer to fulfilling a promise to herself, her friends, and now, to the spirit of the place that urged her forward. Guided by truths unveiled beneath the surface, Elara felt the world aligning with her resolve as she pushed towards the heart, where the beast awaited its own redemption. The world narrowed to a standstill as Elara approached the shadow beast's lair, the cavern's entrance yawning like a gaping maw etched into the earth. Dark energy reverberated through the air, a palpable force that threatened to drown courage beneath its weight. Elara paused, feeling the steady warmth of the amulet against her chest, its rhythm her only anchor in this turbulent moment. She could sense her friends nearby, tangled in the shadows that still clung with icy fingers. Inhaling deeply, she stepped forward, the resolve in her heart guiding her where light dared not tread. The cavern stretched wide, a belly of dark abyss where tendrils of shadow coiled, and hissed like serpents craving the light she bore. Her eyes adjusted, scouring for the beast amidst the shifting penumbra, but what met her gaze was less creature, more shadow-given breath, a vast swirling of darkness, eyes amidst the abyss observing her approach with a silent, deep-seated recognition. The cavern pulsed with energy, reacting to the confrontation, the finality that Elara had chased and was now poised to face not with fists, but with the empathy and understanding she had cultivated. "You've come." The beast's voice surrounded her, a multitude of echoes woven together like a mournful symphony. "I have felt you near. Why do you seek me?" "To remember," Elara breathed, heart steady as her gaze held the shifting eyes, light lost within. "To free you and to bring balance again." "Balance?" The shadows recoiled, then hovered nearer, curious yet doubtful. "Yes," she whispered, stepping closer. "You were not always this way. The forest remembered, your guardians remember. I remember that inside, you are not what the darkness wants you to be." Her words pierced through, ripples across a still pond, causing a pause, a shift in the energy vibrating within the cavern. Elara unclasped the amulet and lifted the translucent flower, its glow entwining with the light of the amulet, a harmonious symphony serenading the beauty of hope and redemption. Pain flared in the beast's eyes, transforming into something more profound, a silent cry from deep within for release, for restoration. "This is what you once were. Let go of the darkness that holds you and see yourself as you truly are," Elara urged, her voice merging with the music of the amulet's light. In that moment, the cavern twisted, refracted shifts blurring the real and unreal. The shadows peeled away, revealing an essence more profound than physical form, an ancient guardian wrapped in the light that now poured forth in a flood. The amulet unleashed its power, amplifying the vibrancy of the forgotten guardian's spirit, serving as a bridge between who the beast had become and what it was meant to be. Shadows dissipated, falling away like leaves on a breeze. The cavern, once oppressive in its inky dark, glowed warmly, the stenciled beauty of transformation leaving Elara breathless. The beast, no longer a beast, stood, realigned with its purpose and origin. Its form embraced the space, majestic yet humbled, its once tortured gaze softened with gratitude as the veils of corruption lifted. And Elara, heart aglow with the success of a promise fulfilled, witnessed the gentle beauty of redemption, a forgotten truth awakened and made whole again. Light cascaded from the transformed beast as the oppressive shadows within the forest scattered, releasing the sunlight that had long been obscured. The forest sighed, exhaling relief as balance breathed through its every leaf and creature. Elara stood at the cavern's edge, witnessing a world reborn with each glimmer of light, each note of birdsong answering the quiet that once strangled their voice. Her heart swelled as she saw figures emerging from the shadows, each step shedding the darkness that chained them. Aidan, Celine, and the other villagers returned, eyes wide with the wonder of new life, the haunting remnants of their capture replaced by reunion's warmth. Elara. Aidan's voice, raw with emotion yet strong with vitality, met her ears, pulling her towards the gathered crowd. Breathless, she embraced her friends, laughter mingling with tears as they celebrated the freedom and light that now threaded through their veins. Celine, smudged with the forest's remnants yet clear-eyed, grinned at Elara. "I knew you'd find a way." You were always the brave one." Tears welled in Elara's eyes, nodding as she held onto them both a moment longer, feeling the weight of their shared journey accepted within her heart. Around them, the forest creatures emerged, their laughter bright and boundless, mingling with the dappled sunlight. The spirits from the hidden village joined the joyous reunion, crafting harmonious connections between the renewed realms. The shadows that had once threatened became mere flickers under leaf-dappled light, and the boundary between the ordinary world and the forest shimmered with possibility, the hidden paths of coexistence illuminated beyond fear's grasp. Turning towards the beast, now a majestic creature restored to its role as guardian, Elara felt a surge of gratitude and kinship. She met its mirrored gaze, understanding flowing between them in unspoken clarity. "Thank you," she whispered softly, her voice carried by the harmonious sigh of the trees. The beast, shimmering with resplendent calm, acknowledged her with a gentle nod, a silent recognition of journeys intertwined. As the forest resonated with its reclaimed song, Elara's heart sang with it. Reluctantly, she turned towards the path leading back to Windbrook, now clear and bright with a luminescent trail of light. Her heart knew its way, guided by the clarity of new stories unearthed from shadow. The villagers, newly liberated spirits, the creatures, and the beast watched her departure in mutual understanding as she stepped into the light, a bridge between worlds formed by compassion and courage. Every step back toward the town resonated with knowledge and empathy now shared, not just among the people but with the forest they could now both respect and treasure. Elara emerged, triumphant yet humbled, her spirit entwined harmoniously with the forest she had fought to restore. The future beckoned brighter paths woven with kindness and unity, no longer bound by the fear of what lurked beyond the known. Days melded into weeks, and Windbrook transformed under the gentle glow of newfound tales, storied facts seamlessly woven with enchanting myth. Where whispers of fear once perpetuated, vibrant stories now thrived, tales of courage, understanding, and of a heroine who ventured into shadow to rekindle light. Legend and truth wove around the town like vines, shared by the warm crackle of hearth fires and the laughter spilling from busy tavern porches. Elara, her experiences etched deep into her soul, carried both the weight and the wings of her journey. She was hailed as the bridge between the known and the mysterious, ensuring the forest was seen for not only its enigmatic beauty, but also its lessons in equilibrium. Standing at the very edge of the forest one evening, crickets serenading the sky painted with the fading magenta of dusk, Elara watched the trees dance gently with the evening breeze. The forest, once harboring nightmares, now gently breathed under a watchful guardian's embrace. Elara's thoughts danced between wonder and determination. Her journey had taught her the depth of understanding one could cultivate, burdened by darkness, yet thriving in the revelation of light. Celine joined her side, their friendship woven with stronger threads. "Do they still whisper to you?" she asked, eyes twinkling with mischief. "They do," Elara chuckled, hearing not the fears but the undying curiosity awakened. "But now, they whisper stories waiting to be told." Together they gazed upon the path that stretched forward, intertwined with the town's newfound purpose, to explore, to learn, to honor the world that thrived beyond the mundane. "What do you think?" Aiden joined them, his eyes lit with a playful challenge. "Another adventure? Or do you need to catch your breath first?" Elara grinned, allowing the breeze to carry her dreams into the unknown. "There are always more paths to explore," she mused, feeling the gentle thrum from the amulet, now a symbol of an unyielding connection. Windbrook's people, inspired by her journey, ventured gently into the forest in new curiosity, a curiosity fostered by respect rather than fear. Old paths once barricaded by dread became avenues of wonder, where stories new and old twined together, alive with the glow of discovery. Her mother's voice, warm and teasing from afar, beckoned them back toward the welcomed warmth of home. Life, full of its complex harmonies, settled into the gentle folds of community, enriched by the courage of what had been faced and won back. The town emerged from its tales, stronger now, thriving on the narratives that enveloped them, fables offering both caution and celebration. As stars dusted the twilight sky, Elara knew, now and forever, the stories of balance and bravery would continue to unfold, casting shadows not of fear, but of fierce wonder to illuminate those willing to listen and learn. Her heart promised the forest that its secrets, once buried in dread, would walk alongside the light of understanding, enhancing the world, enriching its people. Elara stepped forward, a guardian of stories, an emblem of peace. Whispers cuddled the wind round about her once more, but now, they wrapped her in opportunity's embrace, a halcyon harmony meant not to frighten, but to welcome, to intertwine with the persistent and powerful tapestry of life.